Right, hello everyone. Patch notes as well as the kit for the character have just been released, so I'm going to just go through the patch notes real quick and move to the kit. The main things you need to know about the next patch is that Walpurgis Night is ending, so make sure you clear your event. Honglu Dimension Shredder Ego is going to be refunded fully due to a Japanese translation error. So do take note that if you want to continue using this Dimension Shredder Ego, you need to go and re-uptie it again. Up to you how high you want to uptie, and honestly this ego is not that important for Rupture. It's just pretty decent on Kick Up Honglu, and it's pretty much free because if you run the proper team com, you're getting a lot of pride and a lot of gluttony anyway. So yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, up to you whether you want to use it, whatever. Next one, Mirror of the Withering rework is coming in. The main one is the starter ego gifts. That entire progression line is going to become free because they realized that it's actually kind of boring for players who just started. Then there's like no ego gifts to pick pretty much. So they're going to make it all free, and they will refund all of the starter buff Starlight so that you can go and buy other things. So yeah, nothing really changes. Just remember to go and buy your meta progression stuff after this patch hits. They're also making it so that with higher difficulty of the floor, you get higher level ego gifts. And they also increase the spawn rate for like the Yield My Flesh ego events, the ones where you get like the sword, the broken hilt, as well as the hat and the cloak. These events will have a higher chance to appear when you get them from the packs. And then the last one is something along the lines of yes, this one. This one's kind of nice. They moved Hell's Chicken and Sea Floor theme pack to after floor 2, so you don't have to fight crabs on the first or second floor, which was always a big pain if you fight them really early. So yeah, that's really about it. Everything else here is not too important. Feel free to go and read them yourself. Let's talk about the characters and if they're actually good or not. Let's start with the 2-star Outis. First off, Outis, we got what? Dotting, Sanguine Painting, Outward Inspection is going to be Lust, Wrath, and Gluttony with Lust here. Lust is the element for bleed, so I imagine there's going to be quite a bit of bleed. Yes, there is quite a bit of bleed. So 2 coin on everything basically limits her to a support role. So for supports, we got to check the passives and the support passives. What kind of support are they? Combat style inflict one of the following effects on 2 enemies with the least negative effects. Oh dear. Random bullshit go. Just like suddenly one day Gregor base ego. Right. Inflict one of the following effects on 2 enemies with the least at combat start effects selected at random. Not great. I don't like random effects because sometimes you just get the ones that you don't want, and then it's kind of like eh. But the good news is that except for Tremor, the rest of them are kind of useful no matter what team com you're running. Rupture is just free damage, Sinking is free damage or Sanity. Bleed is also free damage, and Burn is also free damage pretty much. Tremor is the only one that, unless you're running Tremor Team Com, you do not want to hit Tremor. So hey, 4 out of 5 good options most of the time is pretty okay in my opinion. Rough Sketch. One ally with the least SP heals SP when defeating an enemy with Bleed, and you also heal additional SP for every X negative effect on the target. I'm assuming you still need to defeat someone, so if you still need to defeat someone, this is not exactly a very good support passive. If it's just hitting someone, then it's fine. But this looks like it's you must defeat someone, and then when you defeat someone, you will do the negative effect check. I'm guessing that's what it's saying. If it's the other way around, then actually this is a very good support for Wingbeat, or Philip Clare, or Lin Clare even, because as long as you hit something with a negative effect, you will get SP. So have to go and check whether this is on hit or on kill, but either way, let's move on to the actual kit. So we got Clash Power, Coin Power with Bleed and inflicting a lot of bleed potency. If target has a certain amount of bleed, gain Clash Power. Oh, RNG, I love RNG. On hit, X% chance to reuse coin, plus X% more for every Y negative effects. So it's a negative effect character. The good news is that because it's a negative effect character, it can usually fit into any team comp, and you basically have a character that benefits off of your other statuses. So if you run in Burn, you actually still get a lot of reuse, and you can get quite a bit of bleed count applied, as well as a lot of bleed potency applied. But I mean, since it's the skill 2 only, it's looking like a bleed count angle. He inflict bleed count, and when reusing coin with this unit's coin effects, inflict more bleed count. Depending on the number here, this could be extremely good for bleed in general. No unique status for bleed from what I can tell, but yeah, this is amazing. Very good reuse coin effect to inflict more bleed count. Have to see the numbers to judge whether this is actually going to be a great unit for bleed or not. Outward Inspection. If target has a certain amount of bleed, gain coin power, more damage for Y negative. Apply haste. Okay, whatever. All this, whatever. Bleed potency. Random bullshit go. After attack, if the target is staggered or defeated, apply pierce damage up. Next turn, to one other ally with the highest SP. If it is a ring, apply pierce power up as well. So there's going to be a whole ring archetype, seems. Next turn to one other ally with the highest SP. Highest SP. I do not know the logic for this one then, because if there's 245 SP targets, which one does it actually pick? Is it based on speed or what? That one need to go and test also. But yeah, this looks pretty alright, and maybe there'll be a whole gang of like ring characters to go through. So maybe like besides Yisang and Outis, we'll get maybe 4 more ring characters. Don't really know, but yeah, that could be a possibility. In which case, this part here is just free piercing damage to the entire piercing ring team. I guess the ring is going to be all piercing. Yep, triple pierce, triple pierce. Okay, very nice. So let's see Yisang. 3 coin, 4 coin. 1 coin skill 2. That means it's going to be like some power up skill 2 probably. Right, so I'm guessing Yisang's going to be a DPS. Let's check the passive first. On hit, if the target has bleed, heal SP. Heal additional SP for every. Okay, so he heals SP like a crap ton. If this unit's SP is at max, gain offense level up next turn. So if you overflow your SP, you will get offense level up for better clashing. I think that's fine. Support passive. One ally with the least SP heals SP on hit for every X. Ain't no way. Oh my god. Wing beat support passive just dropped, gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Even Phil Claire can use this. This support passive is just better than the base Yisang passive. So okay, nice. I love that they just power creep the Yisang passive. Now this is the SP on hit. Whether it be burn or bleed, you will get a crap ton of SP on hit. So Philip can go crazy. If target has bleed, you heal additional SP, which means wing beat goes crazy. Depending on the number, even if it was just 2 would already basically be the base Honglu passive again. And that would be insane. Really, really insane. If it was 3 or 4, it would be broken. It would actually be one of the most broken passives for those characters in the game. So yeah, this character already, like, holy shit, this support passive is gonna go hard. Wing beaters rejoice, because I'm gonna have to redo all of that math again just to see what's the probability of rolling all those hits. But yeah, this support passive, incredible. What else we got? Paint over. 3 coins, skill 1, amazing damage for sure. If the target has X plus bleed, gain clash power. Okay, not coin power unfortunately. He doesn't have any other coin power source. So this is probably just going to be a 3 coin skill 1, decent damage, but not really a lot of stuff. What else he has? Second coin will inflict count for one of the following, don't care. And then third will inflict bleed. Okay, so random bullshit go, not exactly an amazing skill 1. Maybe the damage output is just pretty good for one-siding. Right, skill 2, what do we have? Clash power and coin power on a 1 coin move, okay, for every X bleed count on target, specifically bleed count, okay. So clash power is for just bleed potency. On hit, okay, reuse coin, plus Y%, okay, inflict count for one of the following effects. So it's going to reuse coin a bunch of times, it's going to inflict bleed count a bunch of times, and it's going to inflict count for a random status a bunch of times. Quite an interesting character. I don't know what to think about this. The count for random shit is just weird. I mean, I guess it's just random shit so that the Z negative effect will like have a higher chance to trigger, right? But at the same time, the only ones that don't disappear on hit is like Tremor or Burn or Bleed. These 3 will not disappear on hit, but Rupture and Sinking will disappear on hit. So it's gonna be super hard, right? To kind of maintain multiple negative status effect. And it's for every Z negative effect on the target. This is definitely very tricky to get. I feel like you have to run quite a mixed team comp, or you need to run all of the ring, and I assume if you run all of the ring, they will just have a bunch of random bullshit go. And then eventually there'll be one of the ring characters that apply a bunch of random bullshit go, a potency or something like that, which will make you able to pretty much stack all of the statuses equally, and then you can get all of your use coins and shit. But right now, like if you slap him into a Rupture team, for example, this is really negative, and I don't know how much the count's going to be. I mean, it could be that they just slap like 5 count of a random effect, in which case then there's really no problem. You'll be able to get your effects pretty easily. So, okay. So yeah, Sanguine Pointillism, so far this part here seems sus, but the bleed count is what I really like so far. There's a shit ton of bleed count application, and that's really what bleed needs. So hopefully the numbers are really good here, because more bleed count is going to make bleed actually pop off. They don't have to crutch on the WoW ego for Rodion to always become functional. If they get quite a bit of other bleed count sources from these guys, then it's going to be pretty good also. And furthermore, they also lust, right? Because WoW ego for Rodion needs lust, so lust, that's a big clue that you are going to run them in the lust resonance bleed team pretty much. So probably a must pull for the bleed team in the future. What else we got? Now this is a 4-coin skill tree. It's been quite a while since I've seen a 4-coin skill tree. Yeah, it has been quite a while actually. Most of the time it's a big skill tree, single coin like Philip Clare and whatnot. But yeah, it's been a while since I've seen a 4-coiner. So let's see. Coin power for every bleed count, flash power for every bleed. Okay, bleed count. If target has something amount, inflict additional bleed, inflict count, inflict bleed potency, inflict again random bullshit, deal X%, and if target is defeated, inflict one of the following effects on 2 random enemies, random bullshit go again. This one doesn't say count, so it's a random potency amount, right? Inflict count, and then inflict 1, and then inflict 1. Yeah, okay, so it's count, then potency. Okay, the second line here, there has to be like something we are missing or something Pimon hasn't released yet, so I have to wait for this one to cook. But bleed count, bleed potency, more damage for negative, more bleed count, bleed. That is really, really nice. Combined with the WoW Ego, combined with the Lust, these characters are probably must pull. Support passive for Yisang is very, very strong. I like it a lot. I have to go and redo the math depending on the number that the support passive gives me. Hopefully it's 2 or higher. If it's 2 or higher, Wing Beat is back on the menu. For sure. I can guarantee that one. Alright. Oh, and then, well, this one I don't know yet because it says when defeating, so yeah, this one's just superior if you're using Wing Beat or Philip Clare or any other multi-coin character who wants some SV. Yep. Okay, so that's really it. I think these characters look very, very solid, and I really just have to wait for the numbers. If the numbers is dog water, they're definitely not used. And if the numbers is very good or just decent, I would probably use them. But generally from the last stuff here, this is going to be probably a nice pairing for the WoW Rodion Ego. The one that prevents bleed count from disappearing for 1 turn. That's very, very nice. Alright, so great. Bleed support characters, art is amazing, and all Lust Affinity as well as Random Bullshit Go is an interesting archetype. Have to go and see what they're going to cook with that Random Bullshit Go in the future. Right. So, I think I'll have to do quite a bit of testing when these characters come out. If I missed anything, feel free to just comment below, and I think that will be it until the characters are actually dropped. Right, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.